Welcome back to the Self Build and Renovation Show live. It's the opening day. We're on our second roaming camera, catching up with the people and the tech and the ideas and everything here. My name's Chris Dawes from Visual PR, and I'm here with Nick Want, the Sustainability Manager from the NSBRC.
Hi again, Chris.
You've recovered from walk number one?
I have, yeah. I've had a ginger and carrot shot.
He nearly turned inside out, I've got to tell you.
It was strong, but if I've got an extra spring in my step for this next 30 minutes, then that's why.
See, I'd be going for a gin and tonic. He's going for a ginger shot.
That's
We're
later.
very different.
That's later.
Yeah. We did touch on, we were downstairs at the outdoor kitchen that you tell me off for obsessing about on the Bradford stand. I just adore it. We've come upstairs this time and we're sort of overlooking the veranda, but we're not going to stay here because you have made the point we wanted to catch up with the guys at Bradford's.
Yes.
And we've managed to lasso one of them.
Yes, so we've got Giles here that we're going to have a chat with.
Thanks very much. I want to know where the licensed bar is, because I don't think there is one. But if not, gin and tonic, I'm up for it.
Feedback received for next time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so Giles, thanks for joining us. Tell us a little
pleasure.
bit about Bradford's and what it is that you do.
So Bradford's, we're a builder's merchant, so we sell everything you need from foundation to roof line and everything in between, plumbing and heating, kitchens and bathrooms. You see we've got a shiny new kitchen and a shiny new bathroom and a whole load of renewables.
And this is
up
all
here.
new up here, isn't it, as well?
This is, so we've redesigned the stand for 2025. What we wanted to do was go from what was a very kitchen and bathroom focused stand to one that really explains what a builder's merchant is all about.
Yeah, you're not all about finishes, right?
No, so it's all about everything you need for your build, and we really wanted to tell that story. So there's a whole load of really, let's call it sexy stuff in here.
Yep.
But the reality is actually, you need it, as far as possible, you want to bring it all together. That's what a builder's merchant does. And the other thing is that actually there's a whole load of the less sexy stuff, the blocks, the timber, the nails and the screws.
Yes.
That you're going to need, regardless of how many beautiful kitchen worktops you buy and MVR, HR heating systems and all that kind of stuff. You're going to need that as well. So we want to be able to tell that story here.
Absolutely. So for anyone that's visiting this weekend or any time to the NSBRC, how and when might they want to engage with you as part of their project?
Oh, you're stealing all the words. You're stealing my topic for Sunday's presentation.
Am I? Okay, well, give us
That's
a taster.
fine. So the taster
along.
is that really the earlier you engage with the merchant, the better. So we
Yes.
can take plans and we can then work through with you and really start to build out the bill of materials, do a little bit of where we can value engineering. So value engineering is either saying, do you know what, guys, you've put a lot of that in, the architect loves that, but that's really expensive.
Okay.
You could still achieve what you want to achieve, maybe by doing it slightly differently. So we can do a little bit of that, but actually there's an awful lot around just making the build efficient. So lead times, price increases, all that kind of stuff where we can help that. And that's really where the value of the builder's merchant comes in. So that aggregation, that final mile delivery that says, you don't want to be talking to, on a build project, 100, 200 different suppliers.
Sure.
If you can have one point of contact that can supply everything you need on time, in full, when you need it, in order, that's kind of what we're really all about.
Okay, brilliant. And you've got quite a few of the team here as well today.
Yeah. So we've brought up. We're doing two things here actually, really. So we've brought up some of the team because this is a really great environment for them to learn about what's out there, to understand a bit more about a slightly different market, and actually have a different sales experience. So where day in, day out, they're either on the phone talking to our trades customers or they're on the counter. Today, this is a really different experience for them, and I think that's really healthy. But we've also we've got our renewable specialist here, so who can really help people. We know one of the key things that people come to talk about here is how am I going to heat my house? How am I going to make it thermally efficient? And then we've also got our roofing specialist here today as well. So come and talk to us about renewables and roofing, but everything else you need for your build.
Love it. Right, I think we're going to go for a bit more of a wander now, find some more wonderful people to speak to. Would you like to add anything else about what's new up here before we move on to this area?
Well, let's go into the detail, shall we? So what have we done up here? Downstairs is really meant to be all about the kind of core building materials, the timber, the bricks, the landscaping, all that kind of stuff. And then up here is really a focus on the heating and the plumbing and that kind of stuff. So over there, brand new Symphony kitchen put in, alongside our Instinct bathroom range, hopefully both of which just provide a bit of inspiration, but also demonstrate that whole offering that we do. Everything you need to build a house. And then over on the right, that's then we work with Dakin, who are our preferred heat pump supplier and renewable heating supplier. Right. We've then got Maincore, who help us do our underfloor heating.
And I love with this underfloor heating, because it's raised up and it's exposed like this, you can get in and feel it.
And I think it is,
this is what would be hidden once it's all set up.
Yeah, and this is still a technology that, whilst actually 30 years old or whatever it is, it's still a technology I think people are kind of going, oh, I'm used to radiators. And so that ability to come and touch and feel and kind of demystify, I think is so important.
Absolutely.
And then just little things like, actually, we haven't just put paint on the walls, we've put Dulux Heritage paint on the walls to say,
okay,
these are the sorts of decisions people are going to make.
Absolutely. Love all those touches. Thank you, Giles.
That's an absolute pleasure. Am I taking this downstairs or am I handing it back?
Chris will take it from you.
Chris, gin and tonic later. I'm looking forward to it.
He was just having
I'll be there.
now, I think, wasn't he?
I'll be the first in the queue.
Right behind me.
Thanks, Giles. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much, Giles. Have a great weekend.
We got there. We were determined to catch up with these guys,
We'll
and it was well worth the wait.
Let these people come upstairs.
I just love how this stand. I mean, like you say, it is one of the biggest, but they've still had to squeeze an awful lot in to be able to see, and they've done a brilliant job.
If you come down here, where you've got like the manifold for the underfloor heating, so you can actually see how that connects. That's amazing. So really practical.
That is so good.
But also the finishes as well, as Giles was alluding to. But I don't know if this is plumbed in, but I'm thinking I've just started this as a New Year's resolution. I'm going for a run at lunchtime twice a week. I'm going to be in here having a not very private shower, I think, afterwards.
It's not very private. That's the problem, mate. I wouldn't do that. Right. Nick Ruddle, be careful with these steps, buddy. I've got to keep an eye on my cameraman now, make sure he's getting down here safe. Overlooking, obviously, the roofing that we saw over there. This time, we've got to be disciplined and keep walking, haven't we?
Yeah, this is it. So we're going to go the long way around because we've got a lot of Bradford's staff here having a chat with our visitors. So we're going to go around outside of their stand.
It's so good to see that it is buzzing here today already, isn't it? And of course, it's day really one of 3.
It really is.
Remember, by the way, if you book your tickets online completely free, it does cost £12, I think, if you turn up on the day.
Correct.
So it's a no-brainer, book it. But if you come today, or let's say you come on the Saturday, and you suddenly go, there's more I want to see, there's more people I want to speak, you're able to come back
your booking carries over for the rest of the weekend.
So it's brilliant. So get here as soon as you can, in case you do want those extra days, is my advice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, we'll wander, because we've done this bit earlier.
Yeah, we've kind of talked through some of this earlier. So if you're wondering what's on the left and right of us here, go and watch the video from earlier, rather than us repeat ourselves. But you're right, there is starting to be a bit of a buzz now, and the talks have kicked off in the different theatres as well.
That's right.
So when we did our first roaming recording earlier, that hadn't quite started yet.
I've got to just quickly say as well, and again, kudos to NSBRC for what they do here. That's the one-to-one sessions. It's buzzing. The tables are full. So remember, go to the welcome desk for that and get yourself booked onto any of those as well.
Absolutely, because there's nothing like having that two-way conversation.
One of our stars, star from our last episode.
Hi,
it
Clive.
is Clive. Hello, sir. This is a guy that we actually got a living, breathing case study of a house that we were frankly quite envious of as well. Have you recovered from the episode yet?
I have, yes, but it was a wonderful opportunity to be able to talk about it. So
it's a wonderful opportunity for us, to be honest with you, and it just brings to life, doesn't it, everything that we are doing here. And of course, you've had a couple of experiences of that, and this is now the home that you love.
Yes, indeed, yeah. And
have you done your talk yet?
No, I'm about to do it. So
Leave him to it.
Leave him to it. See you
We'll
again.
let you prep.
One of the live speakers. Good to see you, Clive.
Good to see you.
Thanks again for
Thank you,
coming on.
Clive.
So there we go. See, it's the problem is that we get to know all these people now from the shows, and
this is it.
Never escape. Right.
So let's have a wander into the trade village. I did just want to point out on our left here, they're a bit busy at the moment, but we've those of you who have joined us since we joined TikTok earlier this year. That's our new venture, TikTok. Actually, another Nick from Britwind here has been our star. So I came and asked for his autograph earlier, but a video that we did.
That was a big one, wasn't it?
It blew up, so we had a video talking about their domestic wind turbines that they can do. For those of you that have maybe a slightly larger outdoor space, it's a really efficient way,
isn't it? I mean, it's.
Yeah, that's it. There are different sizes as well. So that's the baby, but still there are different sizes of them. But we were very, very pleased to see that he went viral with our post of a little chat with him. So
for some reason, though, that's making me think of the Father Ted episode where he's explaining to Dougal,
is
no,
it
that's
small
a
or far
small
away?
cow,
Yeah.
that's far away. No, that is that small. Right. So that proves that this is a live wander that we're doing now.
Yeah, it's great. I'm keen to have a chat with Taben, but it looks like they're busy at the moment, which is great. So we'll come and have a chat with them. But this is home automation.
And I want to say, because they've done a Hyundai-style advert, a video about it.
They have indeed.
And it's not the Ben, it's not Tuben, it's
not even Theben.
It's not even Theben.
Taben.
Taben. So that's it. Make sure you get it right. So home automation, and there's a big competition they got on that we want to have a chat to them about a little bit later. But
absolutely.
So.
But have a look at their socials if you want to learn more about their competition, because they are giving away a full home automation.
Wow.
Which is pretty generous. But that's why I was quite keen that we will try and catch them for a chat at a convenient time. But
I mean, I know you can see what they're doing. They've got a blind here that's clearly automation. They've got a whole console on the wall.
Yeah, it's everything.
Keep me away from that, for goodness sake, because I want
from your
that.
lights to your heating to your shading, your security, all of that stuff. So yeah,
That's my
keen to have a
dream
chat
world.
with them later. Perhaps we'll come back and
That would
have a
be my
natter.
dream world right there. Okay.
Okay, so let's have a little wander through.
Obviously, we can't just suddenly stop at absolutely everybody. There is so much for you to wander around and see. And what I do advise, by the way, I know a lot of people come here and they want to look at specific things.
Yes.
But make sure you open your eyes and your mind to all the other things here, because there are things here that you maybe don't even know exist, or things that are here that you maybe assumed weren't available, weren't an option for you, but you'll find maybe they are. So genuinely have a look around at all these amazing things. What have you rattled into now?
One of our newcomers, actually.
Yeah. I'm going to give you this.
I don't need this.
Doesn't matter where in the world you are.
No.
You can project, you can hear it. No, well, thanks for joining us on camera.
Yeah, no problem.
Tell us a little bit about this brand new stand and about a little bit about Pegasus.
Well, we provide resin solutions for commercial, residential, and obviously domestic market. We try to adapt into a number of fields: flooring, worktops, countertops, bespoke bar areas. We'll do anything with the resin products. We try to give the customer a bit of a blank canvas.
Yeah.
And they tell us what their shopping list is, and then we go away and try and see if we can create the vision for them.
Fantastic. So it looks to me as though you can do something that's quite classic but hard wearing.
Yes.
All the way through to getting pretty creative, it looks like, by some of these solutions.
Yeah, absolutely. The couple of people have come on the stand this morning and said, "Wow, what's this looking like?
Yeah.
What capabilities have it got? How far can it go?"
Yeah.
So from carports to domestic kitchens, commercial kitchens, we can cover it all. But
yeah, I'm getting a bit of envy of this, what looks like a bar top to me as well, a little bit. Yeah.
We've had a lot of pain with that this week, but you've only got that in the end.
Oh, it's paid off. I love that the light can come through as well, and you can, whatever those items might be that you would set inside that, it could be different for different people.
Yeah, this is just demonstrating the themes are endless.
Yeah.
The customer can make the top what they want. They just need to give us some idea.
Yeah.
And it's I suppose it's not one shot fits all. It's like, let's try and play around with it and put a bit quirky spin on it.
Yeah, brilliant.
I was even loving the one that you've got up there that's sort of like designed to look like a river cutting through the rocks. I mean, it's just so creative.
Yeah, we've been commissioned. We're going to be doing a project later this year for, I think it's working out, it's about 20 metres of bar area of a river top, and it's with a waterfall on the front end of it.
Wow.
So that was one of the sample boards I done to show how we could get depth in the resin to demonstrate the river, rather than just pouring one colour and making it look like it's been painted,
Fantastic. And I suppose people can engage with you whether they're doing a new build, a renovation, whatever it is they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Open to any suggestions, and the one thing is what I've said to people today, the only thing that'll hold them back is their imagination.
Love it. Love it.
I think that's the mic drop over.
Yeah, that's it. You might have made a sale with one of us here at least.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
And I think that was almost ironic timing. I was just in the middle of saying that keep your eyes and your mind open. There'll be things that you wouldn't have known existed, wouldn't know that you'd be interested in. I think this is a prime example. These guys will just drag you off and take you into places you didn't know existed. Right.
Hi, guys. Hi.
Aha.
Which one of you would like to have a chat with us?
Oh, whichever. We're both here.
I'll tell you what.
You're not gonna get out.
I'll give you the microphone.
Okay, brilliant.
Hi, guys. So tell us a little bit about PBT Renewables.
Well, I work for a manufacturer called Steve Eltron. I'm here to support him, Pete.
Fantastic.
Steve will have been established for 100 years and been manufacturing heat pumps for 50 years.
Yeah.
So we've had a relationship for Pete now for about 8. Well, I've known Pete for 10 years now in total.
Great.
Yeah, so we've had a long-standing business relationship. Yeah. So
Fantastic. So how can you help any of our home builders, renovators that might be coming and having a chat with you over the weekend?
well, we can help in lots of ways, really, along with PBT installations, because PBT do a full house solution.
Yeah.
with our products of ground source heat pumps and air source heat pumps, we can provide then a whole house solution for the property itself. So it's kind of ideal then for people to come in here looking to, if they're renovating their home or new build, or we can provide a full solution for them.
Yeah, so. Brilliant. No, I love it. Hopefully you're having some good chats as well with people this weekend.
Yeah.
I know it's young yet, but there's a lot of time to go.
Should be good.
Yeah, great. It's good to see some collaboration as well going on, which is brilliant, coming through.
I was happy to have the reps around.
Yeah.
About their products.
Fantastic, cool. I guess last thing then, what's something that people might not have thought of that you can help them with that's kind of a challenge or a question that you might get asked?
Tricky.
Other than the question I just asked you.
Yeah, I think the new product now is kind of what's growing in the market. It's heating and cooling in new build properties. A lot of people think of heating,
sure,
but in the new build they don't think of cooling in the summer. So there's the fan coil units now with going alongside heat pumps is kind of more of an in thing now rather than traditional radiators and underfloor heating. So that's kind of
it's not just heating, we're thinking about cooling as well. I suppose as the homes are getting more efficient.
Exactly.
I'm going to use that as my segue because I'm going to try and talk to these guys behind me about insulation. So thanks very much.
No problem.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Thank you. Take care.
Cheers. There you go, Chris.
And I'm back. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated.
If we spin round, I think this stand is worth capturing from a little bit of distance away because it's a stand of two halves.
Yeah, yes. I think we had a chat with Ecological last time. I can't remember. I might be wrong.
I think we might have. I'm sure they dodged us at one point. We're going to try and get them
today. It might
today.
be that, actually, yeah.
But, Ecological Building Systems here are specialising in insulation, but they split their stand into two halves, where they're looking at a new build solution or a retrofit solution,
right?
Which is really great.
Especially, you would love that. You and your love of retrofit.
Yeah, you know me. But I'm just going to see if we can pinch somebody to have a chat with us. So we might have to come back later. I'm not sure.
I think we've got.
We can show that on software.
Are you happy to join us, Joe? Or someone else?
Yeah, we're paranoid about it.
Yes. Who am I looking at? Hello.
Hi, yeah.
Oh, right there. Hi.
Thank you. Sorry to spring that on you.
No, you're fine.
I didn't want to miss you guys. I was keen to make sure we included you in our broadcast.
That's very kind. Well, welcome to our stand.
Yeah, I love it. I was just saying how I love it. It's split into two halves. So we're talking about new build on one side and retrofit on the other.
We are. Two different ways of doing things. Yes, exactly.
So could you tell us a little bit about why is there a difference? Why might people have to approach things differently between a new build or a retrofit?
I mean, 85% of the buildings in the UK are going to have to be retrofitted by 2050 to meet government standards. That's like 29 million solid wall buildings. This is our solution to that.
Yes.
And it's based on a fully vapor open, breathable system called Retro Eco Wall.
And I love that you've got it stripped back into the different layers here.
Well,
that we can
how are you meant to understand if it's not?
Exactly.
As a company, we pride ourselves on education. We pride ourselves on awareness.
Yeah.
We try to give as much technical advice away for free because how, as a homeowner, can you make a sensible decision, without the information? So this build-up's really cool. It's just using a lovely cork-based insulating plaster called Dathanite, a lovely wood fibre board, and then a breathable lime plaster on the front.
Fantastic.
So a lovely fully vapor open, no moisture risk there, but we will check all of that for you anyway.
Yeah, fantastic. And then you're looking at ceilings as well.
Yes, we've got roofs, so obviously people have to retrofit their roof and insulate their roof. This is just lots of examples of build-ups. We've got our lovely breathable insulation, so we have lots of soft batt insulations. I've got one behind me here, Gramitherm, we've got Indie Breathe, we've got wood fibre, and we've got our membranes in the right place to stop any warm, moist air getting through there and impacting the integrity of the roof. This is a lovely wood fibre sarking board, goes over the top of the rafters. Then would be a lovely breathable membrane and batten, counter batten and roof finish. So
clearly there are some choices to make there.
There's huge choices.
Yeah. So I suppose you guys can help if people can talk about what type of property they have, what type of challenges, what type of budget they have, all of that sort of stuff.
Fab, yeah.
And I suppose you can help steer them in the right direction?
That's what we aim to do. So effectively what you do is if you go on our website, we have our info at, and people will info at ecologicalbuildingsystems.com. It comes through to a main inbox. It then gets sent to us as tech team.
Yeah.
We're regionally based. Yeah, so we can then go to site and look at your property. We can advise you regionally, it's easier. Mm-hmm. But what we basically ask for is drawings, us ideas, we can ring you, we have lengthy conversations. There's lots of work and discussions that go in before we spec anything.
Well, let's move forward a little bit so we can let people come into your stand.
Sorry. So yeah, we do
We'll turn around.
We do a lot of advising before any decisions are made and before anybody purchases anything. And everybody's project's different. It's very, physics of buildings is very complex.
Yeah, okay.
We also do all of the condensation risk analysis. We do all the U-value calculations. We make sure that what we're speccing is going to work. And then we offer advice to contractors as well on site to make sure, hopefully, that we're reducing any risk of things going wrong.
So I'm sure there's some overlap with the way you approach that for a homeowner, but with a new build, what's the big difference here?
Well, I suppose it's slightly easier. So you're not dealing with junctions that are difficult. You're not dealing with existing moisture issues. You're not dealing with complexities of boundaries. New build, it just needs to be designed right. So a lot of our time we spend working with architects and consultants to check all their drawings and liaise and support them with their tightness details and which materials where. But it's actually, in a way, it's easier because you're not dealing with issues in the first place.
Okay.
So it's
you
simple.
Can start from zero.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can really think about what they're trying to achieve. If they're doing a passive house, which we've got build-ups for, how airtight are they going? Are they surpassing building regs? And then we also have ventilation as well, which we're now getting into, which is decentralised, which is this little white box up here. And that's mainly for retrofit, but you can, if you want, put it in a new building.
Okay, so these are the modular units.
These are the decentralised heat recovery units called Inventor, and they're great. And we do the specking of that, and we check and we support with install and make sure people get exactly what they should be paying for and what works.
Yes, okay. I guess in terms of using the right version in the right place.
Yeah, making sure flow rates are met from building regs, etc., which comes with its challenges as well. But hopefully we do a lot. There's just a lot of discussion.
Fantastic.
We take our time to really look after people.
Great. I also think, sorry if I'm putting you on the spot.
No, go for it.
But I'm pretty sure that beyond just your presence here this weekend, I think throughout February you're going to be doing some kind of professional development as well, aren't you? I think
probably.
I think there are a few Thursdays. Keep an eye on.
Oh yeah, we always hear. Always on a Thursday. So we have either Dave, my colleague over there, or Neil, because they're closer. They're here on a Thursday. You can book slots. And come and bring a project. So gentleman here has actually booked to speak to us today.
Amazing.
And hopefully we've started the conversations. It takes longer than a chat here, but we started.
So it's the beauty of it. It's not just come along this weekend and that's it.
We will offer you support.
This would be the beginning of a journey.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and we also do lots of other events throughout the year, and we do lots of college stuff and that sort of thing. So you can find out more on our website. But
thank you so much.
That's a pleasure. Thank you for coming and spending time here.
Me and,
well, you're welcome.
Anytime. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
There you go, Chris. Thanks for connection.
Thank you very much.
Let's head back
brilliant.
this way, I think.
Yeah, you need to lead us where we're going now. It's very busy that way.
Nice and busy. Just how we like it.
Go. Yeah, it is exactly. This is what we want to see. I love seeing. Obviously, we got people that are exploring in the early stages. Great to see we got a family there that have got their plans out, chatting about it with the people there. I was trying to see whether they would finish and we could have a chat to someone that's there with plans working on it, but deep in discussions.
Yeah, so I'm keen to have a chat with Sostika once they're available, but it's having a chat about the kitchens.
Always available.
I was stalling,
Greetings.
but you're available now. Fantastic.
Hello.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about Sostika and what's different about these kitchens.
Well, fundamentally, the big USP for us is this. So instead of making a kitchen cabinet out of board, we make it out of this biocomposite frame. This makes it use 50% less material than a conventional kitchen, 50% lighter. By all means, it's
nice and light.
50% lighter. It's 100% waterproof, the frame,
okay.
Which means it's the only kitchen range that the building research establishment will recommend you fit in a flood risk area. Not because parts of the kitchen won't be affected by the flood. This won't, because it's 100% waterproof. But things like the bracings, the wood, if it's submerged in too long, then that might get affected. But you're only replacing the component that's affected. You're not throwing the whole kitchen away.
Interesting.
Now, that's not really why we make this kitchen, but it happens to be a byproduct of what it's all about. It's about sustainability, something that will last a long time. This frame's independently assessed as having a 75-year plus life.
Wow.
All of the materials we use are about being environmentally responsible.
Fantastic.
So this particular kitchen that's on display uses a wood veneer, that's just lacquered, which gives it its nice look. So we've kind of got a Japandi style, is what we've made from, but we've got other finishes as well. So we've got this beautiful wild grey, that's a special veneer. Yeah. Again, it's stained. It's a double veneer, so it's veneered twice to create these very linear patterns. We've also got lovely smoked glass. Yeah. Nice. So the finishes we've got on the kitchen, it's really about what does the customer want? Sure. We've pretty much got a finish that will match most people's requirements.
And I think I've heard you speak about before that a lot of the sustainability of a kitchen that you might produce is, it's the materials, but it's also the durability of it, isn't it, as well?
Absolutely. I mean, the best form of sustainability is keep what you've already got.
Yes.
Yeah. And some people do that.
Yeah.
Most people, when they're particularly doing a new build or a major renovation, they're going to want a new kitchen. So it makes a lot of sense to put something in that is going to last an awful long time. Yeah. Obviously, these frames, the framework itself. I mean, this particular display, we've assembled and disassembled this 5 times.
Okay.
We can do that because the biocomposite frame has all of the connection points that you need when you are actually fitting a kitchen.
Yes.
The biocomposite frame is a great material to screw into because it doesn't degrade. That's why we've been able to basically take this apart.
That's really cool.
Yeah. In fact, when we came down with this particular kitchen, because we had a transport issue, we actually had to take all of the frames apart. Yeah. We got all of this whole kitchen, not the worktop, but the whole everything. We got everything into the back of an Audi Q5.
Wow.
Yeah. Because
so
we could
you
take it all
actually
apart.
could move house and take your kitchen with you. You might not, but you could.
You know what? but that's a very good point, because on the continent, because this is manufactured in Finland, it's very common for people to take their kitchens with them when they move. Yeah. And that's another reason why this is such an easy kitchen to assemble and disassemble. I'm not saying again, that's not a prime driver of this. The prime driver was to be more environmentally responsible. So, this has in terms of its manufacturing and its whole supply chain, this is a zero carbon solution.
Fantastic.
It's an ultra low VOC. So for anybody who is sensitive to environmental nasties, VOCs being the label for them, this is a good solution because it's ultra low. So it has in Finland they have an air quality standard. It's called M1. So this has got the best M1 qualification for VOCs.
Fantastic. And I think actually the sustainability of a kitchen perhaps is not something that people might just associate with the sustainability of a home straight away. So I think it's great that you're here bringing something a bit different. People might be thinking about their insulation, air tightness, their the ventilation that goes with that, the heat, energy, all that stuff. Actually, no, there's more you can do.
There absolutely is more you can do. Yeah. And it's not just about, we as a company, at Sestiq, obviously we're designing, supplying and installing a whole kitchen. So that does include sinks and taps and worktops and appliances. We apply the same principle to specifying those that we do with the kitchen. So we're looking for appliance manufacturers that have those same values, and are caring about quality, things that will last a long time. That's
brilliant. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
And I just want to make sure that this was done at this angle as well, is that we were talking about all the fixings. You see where it can screw, whatever your setup is. It's got all the holes in, well, I'm going to assume the right places. Certainly a big old mixture of places, that's for sure. No, exactly. And that is genuinely really, really light. And interestingly is that I did notice, if you look on the middle here, is that here is the units and on the end and then covered.
And it's another interesting design point, because some people don't like the fact that you've got this openness, but you see this section here. So the frames are designed so you can put a shield
So you could put a panel there if you'd like.
Again, the principle here is to use less material.
Yes.
Yeah. So a shield is using a lot less material than putting another piece of board between the 2 units. Yeah. It's clever. It's really clever. I kind of liken it to a bit of a Meccano set. Yeah. So, any DIYers out there who like the idea of making their own kitchen, we'll sell you all the parts, screw it together.
Oh, great.
That's worth, one final thing it's worth saying is how these braces are fitted. There's no gluing involved at all. It's just some dowels and a screw.
Wow.
That's it. So that's why it's so simple to take these things apart.
That's great.
And why we were able to, very hurriedly, when we realised we've got a transport issue, very hurriedly take all the frame. Thought, well, the only way we're going to get this down here is to actually take every frame apart.
Wow.
And because there's no glue, it literally is screw. Yeah. As long as we remembered, we taped all of the relevant parts together.
Yeah.
We spent, I think, about an hour and a half when we got back down here.
Wow.
Just putting it back together.
That's so quick.
Yeah.
That is incredible. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
very much.
Thank
Have
you.
a brilliant rest of your weekend.
Definitely. Again,
We'll
come
head
and
this
speak
way.
to this. Right. What
Let's
are we
try
at
and get
now?
one
I'm
more
going to
chat before we wrap up.
Oh, we're over time already.
Are
So
we?
yes, let's.
Okay. It looks like it might not be the right timing anyway for these guys. So I was keen to speak to Halcyon, but we can come back later and grab them if we're already out of time for now.
Yeah, I think because we do want to, because I want to speak to these guys more. You know that I've been looking at this because I've got an awful problem with limescale in my house where it's actually damaging pipes, it's damaging taps, it's causing leaks.
Yes.
And it's like, do you know what? I need to stop this at source. And I'm really interested by this thing. And you were saying is that it keeps the minerals in the water still rather than just getting rid of
products
it.
which actually, if you can zoom in, then you can actually see how small that little product is there that actually would be added in. So this is something that would be added in at the stopcock. So essentially, it would affect all the water in your home.
Yeah.
And what it will do, if you have hard water, what it will actually do is rather than filtering that water and having to have filters to replace, removing all the good minerals that you actually do want in that water, what it does is it disrupts the flow of the water at a molecular level for it to behave like softer water.
Yeah.
And what that does is it's great for your hair, your skin, it's great for drinking. But what that does mean, like, as you're alluding to with limescale, is that not only will you stop the buildup of limescale within your heating system, your water system, you're actually going to erode what's already there,
and that blows my mind.
And wind it backwards.
Yeah, actually improve what's already happened, and I do think that is amazing there as well. Apparently, they do say one advert that they lost me on though. You'd have loved this one. Is that apparently it makes your hair a lot softer showering in that water.
Yeah, I can vouch. I've got one at home. I can vouch for it if you want.
Yeah,
if you want
I'm
to
a bit. No, because I'm hair envy. So I'm not going there at all, mate. We're going to leave that be. But it does intrigue me, and apparently a plumber. Literally 30 to 60 minutes and they'll have it installed.
Yeah, I can vouch for that because, as I said, I've got one in my home and it is a really easy install. I didn't quite want to go and do it myself.
No,
I thought I will
ditto.
get a professional plumber because I do not want that mains water supply going everywhere. But for someone that knows what they're doing, it's a really easy fit.
Hopefully we'll get a chance to speak to them later, but if we don't, I think we've given a relatively good overview there anyway. But come and speak to these guys and find out. Again, it's another example of the stuff that's here that you might not know exists. And there might be bits that you think, oh yeah, I know about that kind of tech, but it maybe takes it to another level and have a chat with them. All right, I think that wraps up this one by more than enough time. Apologies about that, Nick. We kept us going for a little bit there. That is Rome number 2. So we've already had one. We'll be back in about an hour or two, and we're going to be going and chatting to a whole load of other people because we've still got a lot to cover here.
Yes.
Make sure you get your tickets, and we want to see you here at the show as well. There's another 2 days. We're on the Friday. You still got Saturday, Sunday to go at the Self Build Renovation Show. But for now, from us, we'll see you a little bit later.
See you soon.
Cheers.